Good day, students. I am Sir Flor, and this is Learn High School Mathematics with Sir Flor. Our topic for this video lesson is graphing polynomial function. This is a grade 10 mathematics. So without further ado, let's get started. So our objective here, at the end of the lesson, you're expected to, number one, determine the behavior of the polynomial function, and number two, graph polynomial function. Let's take a look on the first graph. Say this one. This is the graph of the polynomial function given p of x or y is equal to x cubed plus 6x squared plus 11x plus 6. Now, let us observe first the tail or yung buntot on the left part of the graph and the tail on the right part of the graph. So, tingnan po muna natin yung buntot na itong nasa left side ng graph natin at yung nasa right side ng graph natin. So, the tail on the left, itong buntot natin na nasa kaliwang parte ng graph na ito is pababa. Okay? This one is falling. Okay? Now, on the right part of the graph o yung nasa kanang bahagi ng graph natin, tandaan natin ito po ay pataas or known to be rising. Okay? So meaning to say that this graph is falling to the left and rising to the right. Okay? And remember, on this given polynomial function, the degree is 3. Okay? When you say degree of the polynomial, the highest exponent. Okay? And remember that the sign of the leading coefficient is a positive. That's why positive 1 here. Okay? So let us go over to the next graph. Okay, take a look on this next given function and the graph. What did you notice on the tail on the left part of the graph o yung kaliwang bahagi dito sa graph na ito? At syempre yung kanang bahagi ng graph, which is ito yon. The answer is the tail on the left part of the graph is rising. Okay, so pataas po ito. Okay, so this is rising. And of course, yung nasa kanang bahagi ng graph natin is falling. Okay? Oh, sorry naman, mali ang spelling. Okay. Etong graph na ito is rising to the left and falling to the right. And this graph is just the opposite of the first function. Kasi yung sign ng leading coefficient natin, kung mapapansin mo, is a negative now. Hindi katulad po nung una, is yung leading coefficient, yung sign niya mismo is positive. And katulad ng unang graph natin o yung katulad ng unang polynomial function dun sa given, ang degree po natin is 3. And remember that 3 here is an odd number. Did you get it? I hope that you get this part. So let us have another case of graph. Say this one. Now let's take a look on this next given function and this graph. What did you notice on the tail on the left part of the graph and the tail on the right part of the graph? If the answer is the tail on the left part of the graph is right and the tail on the right part of the graph is both rising, then you are correct. Meaning to say, yung left part nitong buntot na itong graph na dito sa dun sa graph na ito po ay rising. And of course, on the right side, same with that. So this is also rising. So both the tails of this graph is both rising. Therefore, the tail on the left part of the graph and the tail on the right part of the graph is both rising. Remember that the sign of the leading coefficient here is a positive number. And the degree is not 3, but now 4. Okay? Why is it 4? Because there are 4 solutions. And these 4 will represent you the 4 points that intercept on the x-axis. Just like on the previous one, why is it 3 there as a degree? Because there are 3 solutions. Meaning to say that there are 3 points or say 3 intercepts on the graph. Now, let's take a look on this next given function and graph. What did you notice on the tail on the left part of the graph and the tail on the right part of the graph? Pause this video for 30 seconds, and if you're done, please resume this video. Are you done? If your answer is the tail on the left part of the graph and the tail on the right part of the graph is both falling, then you are correct. Remember, itong buntot na nasa left, falling to. Okay? And of course, itong nasa kanan bahagi natin ng graph, falling pa rin to. Okay? So therefore, this graph falls to the left and falls to the right. And remember, this one is the opposite of the previous graph. Okay? Bakit naging opposite ito? Remember na meron na po tayong negative dito sa leading coefficient. And same with the previous one, our degree is 4. Meaning there are 4 points on the x-axis. And this known as the x-intercepts. I hope that you get this part. Now, if you want to determine the behavior of the graph of the given polynomial function without getting first, what will you do? So here is the summary in table form. Remember to determine the behavior of the graph without graphing. You must focus on the degree of the polynomial and the sign of the leading coefficient. Pause the video and take a screenshot of this. Are you done already? So I'll give you 2 examples on how to determine the behavior of the graph. Let's say f of x is equal to, let's say, x raised to 3 plus 2x squared plus 5x minus 1. So what could be the behavior of the graph? So remember, you have to focus on the degree. The degree of this given function is an odd number. Okay? So the degree is 3 and this one is an odd number. And remember that the leading coefficient, meaning the coefficient under the leading term. And leading term is the term under the degree of the polynomial. Okay, so our leading coefficient is a positive 1. And the sign of this is a positive number. So if you look at the table, the degree is odd and the sign of the leading coefficient is positive. Therefore, the behavior must be falls to the left and rises to the right. Let's have another example. Let's say f of x here is equal to negative 3x raised to 5 plus 2x raised to 4 minus x cubed plus 5x squared minus 6x plus 5. So take a look on this given polynomial function, this second example. So what could be the behavior of the graph? If you said rises to the left and falls to the right, then you're correct. Why? Because what is our degree on the second example? The degree is 5, and 5 is an odd number. And remember, the leading coefficient, the sign is negative. If the degree is odd and the sign of the coefficient is negative, therefore, your behavior rises to the left and falls to the right. Let us have another example. Let's say f of x is equal to, let's say, 2x raised to 4 minus 5x squared minus 11x plus 15. What could be the behavior of the graph? If you said rises both left and right, then you are correct. Why? Because the degree of the polynomial is 4, and 4 is an even number. Remember that the sign of the leading coefficient is a positive number. Say this is a positive 2. Therefore, the behavior of the graph both rises to the left and to the right. Remember, this is even and the sign is a positive number. Last example, let's say negative 4x raised to, let's say 6 plus 9x raised to 4 minus 12x raised to 3. Let's say plus 7x minus 9. What could be the behavior of the graph? Pause this video, and when you're done, please resume this video. Done already? So if your behavior falls to the left and to the right, then you're correct. The reason behind this one is the degree is 6, and this 6 is an even number. And remember, the sign of the leading coefficient is a negative number. Therefore, the graph or the behavior of the graph falls to the left and falls to the right. Let us have first an example. So the given function is y is equal to x cubed plus 6x squared plus 5x minus 12. You are asked to graph this function. So let us have first some of the properties that you've seen here. So the first one is the turning points. Remember that there is a formula. Okay? May formula po tayo when it comes to number of turning points. So the formula must be degree minus 1. Okay? So what is the degree of this given polynomial function? If you said 3, then you're correct. So this is 3. Okay? So therefore, this is 3 minus 1. And 3 minus 1 is 2. So you have to expect that there are 2 turning points on the graph. And what could be the behavior? Remember, you have to focus only on the sign of the leading coefficient and of course, the degree of the polynomial. Our degree is 3. So this is an odd number. And this sign of the leading coefficient is a positive number. Therefore, your behavior must be falls to the left and rises to the right. So meaning to say, this is the graph. Ito po yung itsura ng graph. Falls to the left and rises to the right. Let's get the x-intercepts. So let us set y is equal to 0. So this means that you have to rewrite this in this form. 0 is equal to x cubed plus 6x squared plus 5x minus 12. Okay? Now, to determine the x-intercepts, you have to use the syntactic division and of course, the finding the values of x by factoring. Okay? So, on this given example, Since our possible factors of Q is only one, which is positive negative 1, so the possible roots that you have to write are this one. So possible roots is also the possible factors of P, which is positive negative 1, positive negative 2, positive negative 3, positive negative 4, positive negative 6, and positive negative 12. Okay? Now, let's go over this um, with this process. So by using synthetic division, again, you have to write all the coefficients and constant. So isulat lahat muna ng coefficients and constant. So therefore, this is 1, 6, 5, and negative 12. Magsimula tayo sa window. One of the possible roots is 1. So let's have a trial and error. So this is how it works. So again, bring down 1. Then 1 times 1 is 1. 6 plus 1, 7. 7 times 1, 7. 5 plus 7, 12. 12 times 1, 12. And negative 12 plus 12, 0. Remember, we can say that this one is a root if ang remainder po natin ay 0. Ulitin ko po. Kapag po ang remainder natin dito ay 0, therefore, ito na po ang root niya. Okay? So, the question here is, can we write now as, can we write this in quadratic form now? Of course, it's a yes. Why? Ilan numbers na lang po ang natitira natin sa bottom row, except the remainder. If you said 3, then you're correct. Remember, may susulat mo lang siya sa quadratic form kapag ang natira na lang po sa bottom row natin ay 3. So, 1, 7, and 12. So, paano kaya gagawin ito? Hala. So, isusulat mo siya sa ganitong paraan. X squared, which is plus 7x plus 12 equals to 0. Okay? Then, by factoring, so pag magpa-factor kayo, of course, you have to find out the factors of 12 such that when you add these factors, will become 7. So our factors here is, of course, x, which is plus 3. And of course, x plus 4 equals to 0. So therefore, the first value of x here is negative 3, and the other value of x here is negative 2. So the other roots must be negative 3 and the other one is negative 4. Are we done? Of course not, because we have to find out what? We need to find out the coordinates since we are talking about the x-intercepts. So the coordinates of this is 1, 0, negative 3, 0, and of course, negative 4, 0. So these are the coordinates of the x-intercepts. Now, let's go over to the y-intercept. For the y-intercept, you have to set set x, is equal to 0. Or, the shortcut way here is you have to get only the last part or the constant of the given. So therefore, y here is negative 12. And the coordinates should be started with 0 and negative. I hope that you get this one. Pag hindi mo pa na-gets, ulitin mo pa rin dun sa part na yon na medyo naguluhan ka. Next part. Next one, we have to graph this polynomial function. So we have already have the x x-intercepts or the coordinates of the x-intercepts and the coordinate of y-intercept. Okay? So the first one here is 1, 0. If you remember, so you have to locate this just like this one. Then locate -3, 0, and of course -4, 0. And for the y-intercept, we have 0, -12. Then we have to graph just like this. So I will change the color. So the first one here is rises to the left, falls to the left, I mean, just like this one. So you have to extend a line somewhere here. And of course, rises to the right. So just like this one. Okay. And remember, in between these 2 points, you have your turning point here above. So since you started on the left side, which is false, then we have to rise up, just like this one. Okay. And then, from -3 to 1, these 2 points, we have another turning point, which is below. Okay. But remember, you have to see, you have to connect also the y-intercept. Do not forget that. So let's have this one. So please don't be judgmental on my drawing. Okay. So this one. So let's say this is your curve. Okay. So this is the graph of the polynomial function. I hope that you get it. Let us have the next example. Let's try this one. Graph the function y is equal to -x cubed minus 9x squared minus 20x minus 12. Since our leading coefficient is a negative, then we can rewrite this so that we can solve this as easy as possible. Okay? So this one, ang gagawin po natin is kailangan po natin ilabas yung negative. Okay? So ang mangyayari niyan, isusulat mo siya sa ganitong paraan. Y is equal to negative, ilalabas mo yung negative, and then what we're going to do here, or ang gagawin mo lang dito is you have to change the sign all of the terms here. Okay? So this will become x cubed plus 9x squared, lagi mo tatandaan, papalitan ha, pag nilalabas po natin yung negative, minus plus 20x plus 12. This is applicable to other functions na mayroong negative sa unahan. Okay, ganito muna ang unang ginagawa. So let us have first turning points first. Okay, turning points. So the formula is degree minus 1. So therefore 3 minus 1 is 2. So expect 2 turning points. What about the behavior? Since there is a negative here on the leading coefficient, and of course, our degree is an odd number, therefore, the behavior is rises to the left and falls to the right. Okay? So, paano po ang itsura nito? Paano po ang itsura nito? Ganito yan. Okay? Rises and falls. Okay, let's have the x-intercept. X-intercepts. So, you have to set y is equal to 0. So, therefore, we can rewrite this in this manner. 0 equals negative, doon po sa pangalawa ha, x cubed plus 9x squared plus 20x plus 12. And remember, ang gagamitin po natin is yung nakahiwalay, yung nasa parenthesis lang. Okay? So, dito kayo gagamit. Now, how will you find the possible roots? Remember that the factors of q is only positive, negative 1. So, the possible roots is also the possible factors of p, which is yung 12. Which is positive, negative 1, positive, negative 2, positive, negative 3, positive, negative 4, positive negative 6, and of course, positive negative 12. Okay? Then, use the synthetic division. Okay? Ulitin ko po, sa loob tayo magfo-focus. Okay? So, first one we have, drop, pakilagay po o isulat lahat ng coefficients and constants kapag synthetic na po. So, this is 1, 9, we have 20, and 12. Then, let's have 1. Okay, trial and error tayo. So, baba tayo ng 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 times 1 is 10. 20 plus 10 is 30. 30 times 1 is 30. But since if you add this one, this is not 0. So therefore, 1 is not a root. Sorry for that. Now, let's change this one from 1 to negative 1. Let us try. So, bring down 1 again. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. 9 minus 1 is 8. 8 times negative 1 is negative 8. 20 plus negative 8 is 12. 12 times negative 1, negative 12. Negative 12 plus 12 is 0. Since ang remainder po natin ay 0, therefore, one of the roots is negative 1. That is correct. So, roots natin ay negative 1. Okay. What about the other roots? So, kung mapapansin niyo sa bottom row, ilan na lang po ang natira? So, 3 na lang yan, except the remainder. So, we can write this in this manner. X squared plus 8x plus 12 equals to 0. The factors of this one must be, anong factors dito? We have here x plus 4. Oh, no. Not x plus 4. X plus 6, I mean. X plus 6 and x plus 2. Therefore, equals to 0, syempre. And of course, our values of x, the values of x or the other roots must be x is equal to negative 6 and the other one is negative 2. So therefore, the other roots are negative 6 and negative 2. And the coordinates must be negative 1, 0. The other one, negative 6, 0. And the other one is negative 2, 0. What about the y-intercept? So for the y-intercept, so we have to set x is equal to 0 or the last number, which is negative 12. So therefore, y is negative 12 or the coordinates must be 0, negative 12. So we have here 4 points on the rectangular plane. So let us plot this. Let us plot this and we will try to graph this function. So let us plot this this function. So if you remember, the x-intercepts, we have negative 1, 0, negative 2, 0, and of course, negative 6, 0. And the y-intercept here is 0, negative 12. So dito, okay? And then I will use the other color, let's say color purple. Okay? So, if you remember the behavior here is rises to the left, this is 1, and falls to the right, which is this one. Since this part, hindi po dito yung pinakadulong point. Ang pinakadulong point nito ay yung mismong nandito na sa y-intercept. Nakadepende pa rin po sa given mismo. Okay? And then from here, from negative 6 to negative 2, of course, there is one turning point. Then the other turning point here, from here to here. And then connect also until to the y-intercept. So this is the graph of This is the graph of that polynomial function. I hope that you get it. So, gandahan nyo na lang po ang graph, ha? Pagpasensyahan nyo na po kung medyo pangit po ang graph natin. Let's have the last example. Let's say graph this function y is equal to x raised to 4 minus 4x cubed minus 15x plus 58x minus 40. If you want to try this, please pause the video. If you're done, please resume this video. Done already? Let's have our graph. So let's try to graph this. Okay. First one, since this is a positive and hindi po siya negative dito sa unahan, therefore, paano po natin to i-graph? First one is you have to know first the turning points. So the formula for the turning points here is the degree minus 1. So this will become 4 minus 1 is 3. So expect you have 3 turning points here. And of course, the behavior of this graph, since the sign of the leading coefficient here is positive and the degree is 4 and 4 is an even number, therefore the behavior must be rises to the left and to the right. I hope that you get this one. So refer to the table para sa behavior. Next, let's go over to our x-intercepts. For x-intercepts, you have to set y is equal to 0. So we can write this as 0 equals x raised to 4 minus 4x cubed minus 15x. Actually, this is squared. I'm so sorry. May squared po yan, ha? 15x squared plus 58x minus 40. Di ba malaki-laki ang number dito? Okay? Then, write all the possible roots. So, what are the possible roots? So, the possible roots must be positive negative 1, positive negative 2. Meron bang 3? Hindi po. Meron 4? Meron. Positive negative 4, positive negative 5. Do you have 6? No. 7? No. 8. Positive negative 8. We have positive negative 10. Ano pa? Positive negative 20 and positive negative 40. Ganun lang kasimple. Okay? Therefore, this will become what? So, if you find out all the possible roots, then proceed to synthetic division. First step in synthetic division, i-drop lahat ng mga constants and constant and coefficients. So, this will become 1, negative 4, negative 15, 58, and negative 40. So, ano kaya dito ang ilalagay ko sa window? Let's say positive 1. I-try natin. Okay. Try natin. Bring down 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Negative 15 plus negative 3 is negative 18. Negative 18 times 1 is negative 18. 58 minus 18 is 40. 40 times 1 is 40. Negative 40 plus 40 is 0. This 0, since our remainder is 0, therefore, one of the roots is 1. Okay? Sulat natin yung roots. 1. Since 1 is our root, the question here is, how many numbers left on the bottom row? If you said 4, then you are correct. But your next question here is, can you write now in quadratic form? It's a no. Why? Because I told you a while ago that we can write this in quadratic form if there are 3 numbers in the bottom row except the remainder. Since there are 4, therefore, continue using synthetic division. So, give me another number. Let's say negative 1. So, let's start with negative 1. Then bring down 1. 1 times negative 1, negative 1. Negative 3 plus negative 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 plus negative 1 is 4. 18 plus 4, negative 18 plus 4 is negative 14. Negative 14 plus, negative 14 times negative 1, which is 14. But if you add this is not 0. Therefore, negative 1 is not a root. So let us change this one to, let's say, negative, palitan natin. So instead of negative 1, pwede nating palitan ng 2 muna. So 1 times 2 is 2. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Negative 18 plus negative 2 is negative 20. Negative 20 times 2 is negative 40, and this one is 0. So since 0 is our remainder, therefore, 2 is the other root. And since 3 numbers remaining na lang po, except the remainder, doon sa bottom row, therefore, you can rewrite this as x squared minus x minus 20 equals to 0. And what are the factors of this one? So the factors are x minus 3 and the other one, x minus 3 or x plus 3. Wait. 20 has a factor of 4 and 5, I mean. So this is positive 4 and negative 5. So x minus 5 times x plus 4 equals to 0. Okay? So therefore, one of the values of x is negative 4 and the other one, x is 5. So the other roots here is 5 and negative 4. Kahit bali-baliktarin mo yung roots na yan, it doesn't matter. Okay? Ang importante po, tama po ang kalalabasan ng roots. Then, what are the coordinates? So the coordinates, since we are talking about the x-intercepts, therefore, 1, 0, 2, 0, 5, 0, and of course, negative 4, 0. So here are the x-intercepts. What about the y-intercept? So for y-intercept, you have to set x is equal to 0. Therefore, ang y po natin here is negative 40. And of course, the coordinates is 0, negative 40. Tandaan natin, ang y-intercept, ito lang po ang tinitingnan natin. Kapag medyo nalito pa rin kayo, of course, balikan nyo lang po ang part na kung saan kayo ay naguluhan. So, for the graph, so if you remember the coordinates of the x-intercepts, we have 1, 0, 2, 0, 5, 0, and negative 4, 0. So let's say 1, 0, this one, 2, 0, and 5, 0. And of course, the other one, negative 4, 0. And if you remember the coordinates of y-intercept, so tansyahin na lang natin. So, kunwari nandito siya. So, this is negative 40, 0, negative 40. Okay. And since the behavior rises to the left and to the right, therefore, eto muna, parehas pataas. So, extend mo lang konti para malaman natin na ito ay rises to the left and to the right. And of course, for the finale, of course, you have to graph this. So between 4 and 1, negative 4 and 1, you have this turning point, including the y-intercept, just like this. Okay. Patas po natin. Down. Kunwari, ito po ang graph, ha? And then the other one, from here to here, from 1 and 2, there is another. Okay. Another turning point and another turning point from 2, between 2 and 5. And this. So this is the graph of the function of the given function. I hope that you understand this whole lesson. So, pag medyo malabo pa po sa inyo, pakibalikan po ang lahat ng part na hindi nyo naintindihan hanggang sa ma-master ninyo po ang inyong ma-master ang inyong skills ninyo dito when it comes to graph. And I would like to thank to all na nagsusubscribe po sa aking YouTube channel and continue learning math. Dahil alam ko pong mahirap po ang math, pero kakayanin nyo din yan. Kung paulit-ulit nyo lang to, panoorin, and of course, master it. Okay? So, yun lang po, and we'll see you on my next video lesson. I am Sir Flor, and this is Learn High School Mathematics with Sir Flor. Stay safe, everyone, and God bless you.